hospitalized tayo ngayon. Nandito ko sa, nilagay nila ako sa room kasi kikip nila ako for observation until tomorrow. So, ayan, naka-wristband na naman tayo. And then, check nila if what's going on. Kasi nagpunta ako dito. Kasi they're parang feeling ko may UTI. I felt pain, so kaya check pa nila ako ulit. Mag-urine sample ako ulit. Pero, yeah, nandito na naman tayo. And, nahirapan akong huminga at some point. Hindi ko alam bakit. Pero, ay, ganito na naman tayo. Ay, naku. Ayan, ayan yung view. Bato-bato lang yata yung view. Pero, ano oras na ba? Mag 7 PM. And, nandito pa ako. Under observation lang siya, so walang nakakonect sa akin na kahit ano. Kasi kanina meron. And then, nung nilipat ako sa room, kasi nandun ako sa ward kanina, so nandito ako sa room, tinanggal na nila yung mga naka-sukbit dyan, everywhere. So, check up lang yung nurse. Pero hindi niya pa ako na-check ulit. Chinek niya ako kanina mga around 4 and then chinek niya ako mga 5:30. Then ngayon magsa 7 na. So dito lang ako under observation. And medyo di ko alam kung ano mangyayari for tonight or tomorrow. Basta sabi bukas daw ako pauuwiin kasi kailangan i-check pa ako ng i-check. So ayun, kanina mabait yung nurse and doctor na dun sa ward, pero ngayon nalipat ako dito sa sa mga rooms. Iba na yung nurse ko dito, so medyo hindi ko feel yung nurse na inassign sa akin, kaya tahimik na lang ako. Kasi sabi niya, kanina tanong niya ako ano yung pain, like yung from 1 to 10, ganyan. Syempre, dahil sa pain, sabi ko sa kanya around 7.5. And then nung chinek niya na ako ng chinek, sabi niya okay now. Nung paghawak ko sa'yo, like dito sa may parang nagka-cramps kasi siya. So, nung hinawakan niya ako doon, sabi niya, okay, ngayon na nahawakan na kita. After, sabi niya ganun sa akin, how do you feel now? Gumanon siya. Sabi ko naman, mga kasi nung una sabi ko 6.5 pala, and then sinabi ko mga 7.5, ganyan. And then, tapos, sinabi niya sa akin, usually daw, pag may mga ganitong pasyente, na masakit yung tiyan, masakit yung cramping, yung ganyan, pag sinabi daw na around 7.5 to 8, yung pain, nag-iiyak na daw, naglulupasay na daw. Tapos, sinagot ko siya. Sabi ko sa kanya, bearable naman yung pain. Pero, so much pain nga ako, pero bearable para sa akin. Yung pain tolerance ko, pinapabayaan ko lang. Sinasanay ko yung sarili ko na yung pain tolerance ko is pataasin ko. Kasi pag yung pain tolerance mo, binibi mo siya. Halimbawa, magpapaturok ka or tuturukan ka pag nagpa-lab ka, masakit talaga yun every time na papakuha ka ng dugo. So, kailangan yung mindset mo is parang, kaya ko to. Para mataas yung pain tolerance mo, whether ibibp ka, magtitik sila ng blood work mo, or check nila yung, check nila yung pain, kung saan, sa cramps, or anywhere sa body mo. So, yun ang sa isip ko. So, yun yung sinabi ko sa kanya kanina. Sabi ko, bearable naman. Pero since 3 days na nga yung inabot ng pain. Kasi nung 2 days, sabi ko, okay lang. And then, which is ngayon 3rd day, sabi ko, parang hindi ko na kaya. Kasi on and off yung pain naman. Pero this time, sabi ko, hindi ko na kaya. So, kaya nagpunta ako dito just to check kung ano yung nangyayari. Yun pala, hindi pa nababalik sa akin yung mga test. So, sabi nila, for observation, kaya andito ako. Nakakain na ako. Yun din yun. Yun pa yung isa. Kanina, sabi ko sa kanya, kasi nilipat ako dito sa ward na to around magpa-5 yata. Hindi pa ako kumakain. Nung nilipat ako dito sa private room, actually pang dalawang pasyente to, pero nung nilipat ako dito, ako lang mag-isa ngayon. Tinanong ko siya if saan ako pwedeng kumuha ng food, or if magpa-provide ng food like dinner time. Sabi naman niya, kasi mga around 4:30 yun nung pagkalipat ko rito, around 4:30. And then nung 5 p.m. na, magpa 5 p.m. na, sabi niya usually between 5 to 5:30, magsasend out sila ng dinner, which is dinner. Yes sir, dinner nila yun, 5:30. And then sabi ko, gutom na ako that time. Mga magpa 5 na rin naman. Pero, syempre, hindi mo rin naman alam kung anong oras talaga darating yung food. So, may food sila na nandun daw sa labas. Tinawag niyang corridor, parang gano'n. It's for patients, pwede mong buksan, ganyan. Yung pain ko nga, ang hirap maglakad. Kasi nga cramps. Period-like cramps siya. And then, sabi ko sa kanya, medyo sabi ko, in pain ako. I don't know if kaya ko maglakad from dito sa room, papunta doon. Kung saan man niya yun tinuro. Tapos, nag-offer siya na ituro niya sa akin. Sabi ko, it's okay, gumanon ako. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, nakita daw niya ako kanina kasi nung dinala ko dito ng isang nurse from the emerge ward, nung dinala ko dito, nakapaglakad ako. Pero syempre, hindi naman yung lakad na lakad talaga. Yung parang iika-ika ka because you still have pain. Tapos yun ang sinabi niya sa akin. Sabi niya, kung may pain daw, pero nakita niya ako maglakad. Sabi niya ganun sa akin. Parang sabi niya, nakita naman kita maglakad. Okay ka naman. Gumanon siya sa akin. So, basically, parang sinasabi niya na, kaya ko naman maglakad papunta doon sa kung saan ako kukuha ng food. If gutom ako. So, sabi ko, okay lang. Sabi ko ganun. Tapos, nag-thank you lang ako sa kanya. Mabait yung kaninang nag-handle sa akin dun sa other ward Pero ito, hindi ko alam. And mag-i-stay pa ako dito until tomorrow. So, hindi ko alam if siya talaga yung magiging ko throughout the night. Hindi ko alam. Hindi natin alam. Hindi ko naman alam makakonfine ako dito. So, wala tayong dala kundi ang ating cellphone, tubig, AirPods, gamot for epilepsy. What else is there? Nagdala ako ng extrang pampalit. Pero, kulang. Sabi ko dapat nagdala pala ako ng parang sweater or something. Pero, ano magagawa natin? Hindi ko naman talaga alam. Super stress ko. Ayan o, nagpe-breakout na lalo. Ayan o, nag-change na kasi yung weather. Magiging ano na siya ngayon. Malamig na. Ayan, 1, 2, 3. Ano ba yan? So, ayan. Tapos na-stress pa ako throughout this week. So, yes. Ayan. Ganito muna tayo. Makikita niyo ako throughout this whole vlog na ganito lang ako. Pero napakasakit talaga. Like, period like cramps. And then, check ulit nila yung urine ko. So, sabi, if naiihi ako, doon ako check yung urine ko. So, di pa naman ako nawiwiwi. Kanina pa niya binigay sa akin yun. So, di natin alam. Umaga na dito. Nakakain na ako. And, marami pa test pala. Dodoblehin daw yung test. Kaya, di ko alam kung mag-stay pa ako ng isa pang araw. Pero, gusto kong maglabas ng sama ng loob. So, isang tao lang yung nag-aalaga sa akin throughout netong process na to. And bumibisita lang yung lola ko. Pero yung isang tao na gusto ko sanang makita or makita niya ako na ganito yung lagay ko, wala siyang pakialam. Nagtatanong siya kay la lola kung kamusta ako. Pero nung kinall out siya, sinabi na ba't hindi siya yung mga musta sa akin, direkta. Nagalit siya. Ang dami ko nang naaberiyang tao. Dahil sa sitwasyon ko ngayon. And yun yung isang tao na nandyan always. Kahit di mo sabihin nandyan siya. Ngayon, kailangan niya na mag-work ngayong gabi. Pero gusto na naman niya mag-off para matulungan ako dito. Tapos nung nakausap ko si Lola, sabi niya, kung kaya ko naman daw mag-isa dito. Sabi ko, kaya ko naman. Pero may times na masakit talaga yung cramps ko na hindi ko na kinakaya. Usually evening siya. Kaya kailangan ko nakasama sa gabi. Yung responsibility na dapat inaako ng isang magulang kapag kailangan ng anak, hindi na ibibigay sa akin. Halos never nabigay. So yun, feel ko pabigat ako sa ganitong point. Labas-pasok ng ospital. Ang daming problems. Labas-pasok dito. Tapos yung isang tao na dapat nakarely ako sa kanya, hindi ako matulungan. So, second day ko na dito. Sana makauwi na ako mamaya. Pero marami pang tests. Hintay pa yung resulta. So, hindi ko alam. Kaya ako ginagawa tong video na to. Kasi, syempre, self-awareness. And at the same time, gusto ko maglabas ng saloobin. Kung taong yun, nanay ko, na kung kinaya niya na maglabas-pasok sa ospital gawa ng kapatid ko, sana din pa magawa rin niya para sa akin. Hindi porket may mga tao na nagmamalasakit sa akin, hindi ko na siya kailangan. Siyempre, kailangan ko siya kahit masama loob ko. Pero yung point na tatanungin mo yung lolo at lola ko kung kamusta ako at hindi direkta sa akin, masakit yun. Hindi, naghihirap yung kasama ko dito sa hospital kasi may trabaho siya. Pero inuuna niya yung ako na medyo nakaka-guilty. Kasi yes, responsibilities, let's say, responsibility niya ako. Kasi yun ang sinasabi niya sa akin na okay lang sa kanya na maging responsibility niya ako. Pero para sa akin, hindi okay yun. Kasi ayoko mahirapan siya or ayoko sobrang mag-take ng time off para lang sa akin. Yung tao na dapat nagagawa yun para sa akin is yung nanay ko. Kasi nanyan pa siya. Malakas pa siya. Kaya masakit. Kasi feeling ko kahit may mga tao naman sa paligid ko na may pake sa akin, yung isang tao na parang ka namamalimos ng oras, walang pake sa'yo. Yung dapat na nandito, walang pake sa'yo. Kaya yan, masama loob ko pero wala naman tayong magagawa, diba? And then I did some reflecting while I was there, but anyway, you can do the same thing as I did. Always check with your doctors, always refer to, if something hurts, refer to your doctor, ask them any questions you have. To those out there who is struggling with, anxiety, depression, or anything in regarding your health, you gotta listen to your body, because I wasn't listening to my body, and that's why I ended up there. Because I waited for 3 days until something happened, and then I went straight to the hospital. Because I thought it was just a simple, um, a simple, like thing, simple thing that's happening to my body. But it wasn't simple at all. So, yes, please listen to your body. Please listen to the people around you. If they're saying go to the hospital, go to the hospital. If your mind is saying it's okay, I can endure it, it's bearable. Because that's what I was thinking about, like, oh, it's bearable. And I can do it. But on the third day, I'm like, you know what, let's just go. Because I want to know what it is. It might be UTI, it might not be, and surprisingly, it wasn't. So, but I did some double testing, which is really hard. I got home from the hospital this morning. I was there for 2 days. Well, it's supposed to be today was the third day. But luckily, I got discharged just before um, lunchtime. And it was a very tough 2.5 days. And it was really hard to sleep. But last night, due to the fact that I had different nurses, I had, from the first day I was there, I had a nurse that was helpful, really helpful. At first, we didn't get along, but she was helpful. And then last night, I had her for that night, and she gave me Tylenol last night. And surprisingly, I slept like a baby. The first day was really difficult. Second night was just amazing. And I woke up a little bit late today, around 8:30 usually, since day one, and no, day one and day two. I couldn't sleep, and then day two, I woke up at 6:30 a.m. in the morning and did some tests on day two, a lot. So I went in and out of the room. And they put me in a room with another patient. And the thing is, I did testing on day one, and then they tested me again for day two. Same thing happened. Same testing, same. I'm not going to go into details with what the testing is about, but they tested me for that, and it hurt a lot. And they put a vaccine on me, which still hurts. They did this one yesterday morning, and then it hurt the entire day yesterday, but I still got to sleep. I slept very well. So yeah, I just wanted to finish this vlog by saying, please, if you have been following me, or if you are one of my subscribers, I always say self-awareness is important, whether or not you have a sickness like I do, which is I have epilepsy. I have two videos, or a few videos of that, but I do have two important videos regarding how the epilepsy has been with me for quite a while, and I laid down the pamphlets. So please watch that video, and along with this video, you'll find out. I hope you found out more of what's going on with me and all that. Right now, I cannot disclose anything more personal than what I've already told you or what you've already heard from this vlog. But it's gonna take me some time to probably tell you what's really going on. It's just been really stressful, but I appreciate those who has been viewing my vlogs, who has been there for, to just subscribe. I enjoy doing these vlogs, whether they are self-awareness, vlogs with my daughter, vlogs about lifestyle, beauty, anything like that. So hopefully, cross fingers, let's do a daily vlog. I want to go back to doing that again to see. But anyway, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. So sorry you guys that I took so long to do the rest of this vlog. But anyway, I just want to show you what I've been doing ever since I got discharged from the hospital. Today we went to for a checkup on the because it was sent to my doctor from the hospital, and then so I got medications. Along with the epilepsy medications, I got a medication, this one, and this one. This one is for, I have a heartburn in the morning. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of stress. But it comes and goes for the heartburn. But for this one, this is gonna be with me for about 6 days, because I took, it's a take one capsule 3 times a day until the bottle's finished. But the hospital, they gave me only two per day. So the pharmacy, I think, must have rewritten it wrong, 2 times a day only. So one in the evening, one in the nighttime, and the time is like 8 hours. So tomorrow, like, I had it tonight because I just got it from the pharmacy today. So I took one tonight, and I'm taking one tomorrow morning, and then 8 hours after that I'm taking another one. So basically it's for 6 days, 2 times, and then pretty much that's it for this whole vlog.